Hey guys, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Real Talk Recovery, where we talk about recovery from addiction and I share my life with you. My name's Nicole and I am a recovering addict. My sobriety date is July 13th of 2015. And what I do here on YouTube is I share my experience, strength, and hope um, in hopes that it will help other addicts and alcoholics that are struggling and them find sobriety. Okay, hold on. I was thinking, what can we talk about tonight that will help everybody? Hey, Seth. Hey, Mad Feathers. Hey, hi at last. I'm glad you guys are here. And I was thinking, what can we talk about today that will help people? And even if you guys are not addicts, maybe you know somebody that's an addict, maybe you work with somebody that's an addict, maybe you employ people that are addicts, maybe your aunt or uncle is addicted. You know what I mean? These are all, this is all, we all sometimes are affected or in relationships with people who are struggling with a disease of addiction. And so what I was thinking we could talk about is why we need support. Okay, why you need support if you're an addict, and why you need support if you are the loved one or someone who is trying to help addicts, right? So I know you guys watched my video that I uploaded earlier about After Prison Show, Joe Guerrero. And hey, Misty, hey, stay free. Stay free. Where you been? Hey, Funny Money. Hey, Gina Marie, what's up, girl? I love that name, Gina. My mom's name is Gina, and my middle name is Marie. So I really like that name. Indiana in the house. So what's up, you guys? I'm so glad you guys are all here. We're gonna have a good time tonight. We're gonna talk all about some. We're gonna talk about some stuff that's been going on YouTube. We're gonna talk about sobriety. We're gonna talk about my life. We're gonna talk about y'all's lives. Hey, Christina, what's up, girl? We're just gonna talk, and all that good stuff. So let me get my spectacles on. I'm gonna go ahead and put an invite out, and if you guys want to come up here with me, you can. Let me go ahead and do that real fast. Just hang tight. Going in on the live stream, go ahead and greet your neighbor. If you're sober, drop your sobriety date in the comment section so that way you'll inspire somebody else. Maybe give hope to those that are still sick and suffering. And yeah, this is gonna be. We're gonna have a good night tonight, y'all. We're gonna have fun tonight. Choo choo choo. I knew this. My computer, y'all, has been acting up so bad. All right. Anyways, my computer's been acting up, y'all. Like, it's every time I try, I don't know if it's my computer or if it's StreamYards. But, well, no, I know what it is. It's StreamYards because they sent me an email. I think because so many people are live streaming because of we're all on quarantine, that like all of the live streaming things are messing up. So hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. Okay. So what's up, Raimi? Okay, so I know you guys saw the video I made about After Prison Show. Y'all, I watch a lot of YouTube, so when I saw that video about Jellicoe, I really wanted to talk about it, y'all. I really wanted to talk about it. So yeah, that's why I made that video. A lot of people get upset with me when I share my opinion on other channels, almost like I don't know why they get upset. It's like, I have a YouTube channel. I'm going to talk about stuff that happens on YouTube, especially if it has to do with addiction. So when I saw that Jellicoe had relapsed and gotten in trouble, went to jail or whatever, I thought, oh hell, I got to talk about that, because here's the thing, you guys, and this is what inspired this live stream. All right. So many people don't understand addiction. if you are a drug addict or an alcoholic and you've been locked up in prison for 10 years, 7 years, 5 years, 2 years, whatever it is, and you come out of prison, if you just try to go right back to your regular everyday life without any kind of counseling, therapy, recovery programs, most likely you're going to relapse. And I'm not trying to like be ugly. I'm not trying to say that. I'm not saying that you have to do a 12-step program to stay sober. I'm just saying that you have to do something. You need to be in some kind of treatment program, some kind of therapy, some kind of support group, some kind of fellowship where other people are helping you and you're like being honest. Because here's the thing, somebody commented on that video and it was perfect. So, drugs and alcohol are not our problem. We are the problem. Okay. Drugs and alcohol are just how we treated our problems. That's why we got addicted, is because we were using those substances to change the way we felt, And so when you come out of prison and you're sober, if you haven't done anything to change uh, what's going on the inside, then eventually what you're going to do is you're going to resort back to your old lifestyle that you were just in, you know. Rabbit is all bad too. Poor dude needs to stop lying to himself. Hey, Roro. Hi at last. I think a lot of people count their meetings as being here. Hey, Ashley, what's up, girl? Hello, hello. I'm so glad y'all are all making it. Hells to the yeah. Hells to the yeah. Okay, so, and I know that you guys know you need support, and that's why you're here, right? A lot of you guys are here because the meetings that you normally go to, you can't go to one right now because of the quarantine, because of the coronavirus. So, I know you guys know, but a lot of other people, they don't understand because they don't understand addiction. They have no clue. And so whenever I started watching Joe, you guys, I like I said, I watched his show since he started it. I always wondered why he didn't bring somebody on who could help with the guys who have addiction problems. And then I started thinking even deeper into this. When you're employing people that have been out of prison and you're paying them cash, one of my friends brought up a really good point, and I don't want to say that I think this about Joe, but I think that it's easy. It's easy to just pay these guys underneath the table cash money. It's difficult when you have to hire like a construction crew and you have to pay taxes on that shit. And so if you really want to help guys that are coming out of prison, right? Guys that have struggles with addiction, right? If you want to help people that are going through that, right? What you need to do is you need to set some program into place to where you can teach them new life skills. You can teach them like how to become employable, how to get a job where they'll have a 401k and they'll have insurance, health insurance. We all know how to go work underneath the table for somebody, right? I mean, I was hustling when I was a drug addict, or when I was in my addiction and I was doing like crimes and shit. Like, I know how to just go and work somebody and get paid. What I didn't know how to do is fill out make a resume, fill out an application. Hey, Funny Money, I didn't know how to sit down and speak in a job interview and actually like show my good qualities and my assets, right? What are you teaching these guys? What are they learning by being employed by you, except for how to make a couple $100 a day in cash? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's amazing programs out there that will hire guys and girls that get out of prison and will give them jobs and teach them skills and train them, okay? and help them find recovery programs, sobriety support, and therapy. And see, so that's the thing. Like, it's all fine and good to like want to help people, but when you're just helping them and you have no idea what you're doing, and then you get burned a couple times, and you're like, damn, everybody keeps fucking me over, right? That's what happens when you work with drug addicts. That's what happens when a drug addict doesn't have any foundation in recovery. You know, that's what happens when people are just doing the same thing, expecting different results. It's insanity. And it's insanity to keep putting all of your time and money into people, and the same thing keeps happening to you. It's because you're not really investing in those people. You're just trying to get some work out of them and give them some money. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all feel me? So if you really want to help addicts and alcoholics and guys that are just getting out of prison, and you really want to help them to become successful, then you need to set them into some kind of successful program. And there needs to be boundaries. There needs to be things that they have to follow to actually qualify to be a part of APS. Like, all that stuff is really important. So, and then you have to look at it also, like, a lot of people maybe dabble with drugs, or they got high, but they weren't drug addicts. There's a difference between being somebody that got high and got arrested and went to prison over it, and somebody who's addicted to drugs. You know, the addiction is the compulsion to use. It's the obsession to use, and it's those behaviors that come along with it, that when you get sober, or when you get thrown into prison and then you are, you know, clean when you come out, it's like you have those same behaviors still in you. You have to change those things. So I wanted to use that to kind of talk about why we need support. You know what I'm saying? And why recovery support is so important for drug addicts and alcoholics, why we need to have other people to help us stay accountable. And I thought maybe you guys could help me kind of like, what are some reasons why you think it's important to have support? Why do you think it's important to, you know, come to meetings and socialize with other people that, you know, that have been through the same thing you've been through, you know? You're so right. It's an obsession. Can you talk about that? Sure, Ashley. So, okay. Living to get high is different than living and getting high. Exactly, John. Exactly. The difference between an addict and somebody who just gets fucked up is addicts are literally living to use. Their only focus is to get high. And it's because they're not even maintaining anymore. The addiction has truly taken over their life. And that is the obsession. Okay, so the obsession to use drugs and alcohol, the way they talk about it, when if you read in the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, okay, it talks about the disease of addiction, the obsession being like an allergy. Okay, so let me explain this to you for those of you guys that are new to the channel. So let's say that let's think. Okay, let's say you have a peanut allergy, okay? But you've never gone to the doctor. Hey, Lauren, what's up, girl? Let's say you have a peanut allergy and you've never gone to the doctor and gotten an allergy test. You know how when you go to the doctor, they do all those prick things on your back to see what part, like, what part reacts to find out what you're allergic to. Let's say you have a peanut allergy and you don't know it, okay? Kind of like you have the disease of addiction and you don't know it. So you're hanging out with your friends and you decide to have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And you take a big fat bite out of that peanut butter and jelly sandwich and you swallow it and you're just chilling. You drink a little milk and all of a sudden your throat starts closing up and you're like, I can't breathe, right? That's what it's like with addiction. You don't know that you have the disease of addiction until you eat them damn peanuts. And then your body reacts to those peanuts differently than a normal person would. Somebody who has the disease of addiction reacts to drugs and alcohol by totally different than a person who does not have the disease. Someone who is an alcoholic or a drug addict, when they take those substances into their body, it sets off a switch, okay? A switch. And it's like, holy hell, this is everything I've ever wanted and more. This is the light of my life. This is the thing that I needed. Where has this shit been? Where has cocaine been all my motherfucking life? where has heroin been? Let me tell y'all something. I remember the first time I shot meth, and it was so powerful and euphoric. All I could think about in my mind was, holy shit, I'm never going back. My life before this was so fucking, what did I have? Now I have this. Now I have this drug that makes me feel like I can do anything. It makes me feel so powerful. It makes me feel confident. It makes me feel beautiful. It makes me want to do so many different things. It keeps me skinny. It makes me horny. I mean, for real. These are things that when I did those drugs, they made me feel. And it was stuff that made me want to keep doing it. Okay. Sorry if that's TMI, but I know y'all know what I'm talking about. And so when you get that feeling, and that exactly, Bob, until it quits working, exactly. When you get that feeling and that switch is flipped, okay? Yes, high at last. It's like, this is the way I wanted to be all my life, you know? And for those of you guys that have felt that, and then now you're on the other side of it to where it just stopped and it's like you're miserable, you guys, I know y'all understand. And it's like when that switch is flipped, you guys, it's so difficult to get back to before the way you were before you got high. Okay. And that's what I'm talking about. That ignites that obsession. Okay. That's the switch that gets flipped. All right. And so from that day forward, you are never the same again. You have forever changed your life and your path. Now, what are you going to do? Now, what are you going to do? Right? You're strung out. Okay. You go from 0 to 150 so quickly when you start getting fucked up. And when you get that, when that switch goes boom over to the other side, it's like 6 months will go by and you're going to wake up and you're going to go, holy shit, what have I done with my life? I'm fucked. Okay. I know that's what happened to me. I woke up 6 months later in county jail with a felony charge for possession of a controlled substance. So I want you guys to think about someone like Jellicoe, who has been out of prison for a little bit, who's been working a job, who's been doing good, who has been on YouTube with millions of people watching his life, okay, without any kind of recovery foundation, okay, and have something happened. There's a trigger. Something triggered that thought in Jellicoe to think, I can get high and nobody will know. Okay. Something triggered that. And he didn't tell anybody. He didn't say, hey man, I've been struggling. Like, I think I want to get high, or I'm going through this, that, and the third, right? But he kept it a secret. Now, let me share something with you guys about YouTube and addicts. Okay. I know because I have a YouTube channel and I go through this. I deal with this shit every day. First of all, the YouTube comments can really affect somebody. You see, people say some stuff to you that you would never think that they would say to you. They surely wouldn't say that shit to your face. Okay, so that has a lot to do with it. Then also, when you have a YouTube channel and you're getting all this attention, it builds your ego up. And you start thinking, wow, I'm doing so good. I've been doing so good. Maybe I am okay. Maybe I can just like smoke a joint or go out and get a line of cocaine and nobody will know and I can have fun and let loose. Okay, these are the kind of thoughts that come into an addict's mind. All right, these are the kind of thoughts that come into an addict's mind that has a YouTube channel who has people telling them, You help me. You save my life. You give me inspiration. Okay. I'll be at home and I'm reading comments, and I'm so happy that I'm able to be of service and help other people. But one of the things that I have to do, you guys, is I have to stay grounded, because if I don't, I'll be reading these comments and I'll be going, I am so great. Yep, that's right. I saved that. I saved your life. I have to stay humble and realize that I'm not doing any of that. I am just able to be here to share with you guys, and it's the grace of God that is saving anybody. Okay? It has nothing to do with me. I'm just a mouthpiece to share that hope and to share that message. Do you understand what I'm saying? So think of somebody who has no recovery support, has no foundation, who isn't working on bettering their life on the inside. You can go out and you can get all kinds of new cars. You can get a new house. You can have an old lady that's fine as hell. You can have a pit bull and all kinds of puppies and a new recliner with a big screen TV. But if you're not working on the inside, then you're not going to have any of that. I promise you that. You can have every material thing in the world as an addict in recovery, but if you're not actively working on your heart, changing your behaviors, you can might as well kiss that shit goodbye. Kiss the job goodbye, kiss the old lady goodbye, kiss the truck goodbye, kiss this big screen TV goodbye, kiss it all goodbye. How do I know this? How do I know this? Because I've done it a million times. Do you know how many times I've had a new house? Do you know how many times I've gotten new clothes, new purses, new shoes, new jobs? Because I got sober for a little bit and replaced all that shit, but didn't work on my recovery or on myself. Sorry, I'm getting all handsy because I'm getting into it. I wasn't working on the inside. I was focusing so much on everything else that needed to be fixed on the outside because I wanted everybody else to see, look at me. I'm sober. I'm doing good. I've changed. I'm successful now. And I didn't do any work. I didn't do any work on myself. And I threw it all away so many times. So many times. And then I had my son. And all I knew how to do was put on a show from the outside. That's all I knew how to do, was make people think I had it together. All I knew how to do was act. The biggest actor, I was the front and center of that play. I ran the show. I showed everybody how to do it. I was a master manipulator. A master manipulator. And I thought that I had it together because I could get a job and I could get a new car and I could find a man. None of those things matter if you can't stay sober. None of that matters. Doesn't matter how many new jobs you get, because if you can't stay sober, you will not keep it. You know, a lot of people get mad at me because I talk about these things and I stress how important it is to have recovery support, to have a program in place, to go to therapy, to work on your behaviors. People get upset with me because I push that shit hard, right? The only reason why I push that so hard, you guys, is because I've done it without it, and it's all a show. It's all just getting material things. None of that's going to amount to anything, you know, um, unless I'm actually putting in the work, right? Changing my behaviors and changing on the inside. So, and everybody already knows, Ro, you're right, Ro. Everybody already knows. You know, you guys know if I'm not centered and I'm not, if I'm not focusing on my sobriety, changing in me what I need to change, not worrying about the attitudes of other people and how they need to change. I need to be 100% focused on what I can change in me and my attitude. How can I be the brightest light for recovery and the brightest to help and serve others, because it's been about me for so many years that it's time for me to let go and stop being selfish and actually be of service to other people, and that's part of the way that I'm able to stay sober and do the right thing. It's because of serving others and helping other people. I get emotional about it, you guys, because for so long, I think what happens is, because of society, because of peer pressure, because of family members who they tell you, a lot of parents don't understand. Okay, let's talk about our parents. I'll share something with you guys about my dad. My dad, he does not understand addiction. He's just now getting to the point where he understands a little bit. Okay, so back when I was in my active addiction, my dad's cure for everything was go to work, make that money, come straight home, and you'll be fine. Just go to work, make your money, come straight home, put it in the bank. Go to work, make some money, put it in the bank, come straight home. Go to work, put it in the bank, come straight home. Everything was centered around whether or not you had a job, you kept your credit good, you were dependable, you kept your word, loyalty, respect. Okay? That's it. If you got a job, you can pay your bills and you go home, you'll be fine. Everything's going to work out, right? It's so much more than that with the disease of addiction. Okay? So much more than that. Exactly high at last. My mom, very, very, she is such a sweet lady. You guys got to meet her the other day when she came on the channel, and she loves me so much, and she's very connected with God. Okay, my mom is a spiritual ass lady. She was praying over me like all the time. Okay, and so her thing was praying, come to church with me. We need to have you like the Holy Ghost take over. Let me put my hand of protection over you. Let's get the anointing of Jesus on you. And listen to me, I don't doubt that that God has saved me, that a miracle has happened in my life, but I had to put in the work. Okay, I worked my butt off to make changes in my life. All right, I have had um, divine intervention. Like, something happened for me that shifted my thinking. And I'm like, you know what? I need to make a change. Something's got to change in my life. The only way I can explain that to you guys is that some higher power, some being that protects me and watches over me, snapped me out of it. Okay? My son is an angel from God. An angel. My son literally was born to save my life, because I can't explain it to you guys any other way than that. My son was born to save me, because I was not worth shit. I was a junkie. I didn't give a damn about nobody but dope. I would steal your dope, shoot it up, and then help you look for it, and then be looking at my friends and be like, I took that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I was just so ate up. I was ate up with the obsession to use. I could not stop. I would not let go. I was lost, y'all. I was lost. Okay. So just think about these guys who are coming out of prison, or these women that are coming out of prison who went to prison behind drug charges. When they come out, if they're not set up in a program where they go to meetings, they have a sponsor, they're in a halfway house, if they come out and they parole directly out to like their family's house and then just go straight back to work, if they have the disease of addiction, it's inevitable that they're going to relapse. Okay, it's inevitable, because they're not getting spiritually fit. The way that we addicts recover is by connecting. Okay, by connecting with a power greater than yourself. That power can be whatever you believe in. Okay, the power that is greater than you can be this group of people here that we have at these meetings. The power can be God. It can be uh, the universe. It can be, whatever you believe in. Okay, it's really up to you. You make it what it is. Hey, Bob, I hate that we as a society try to arrest people out of addiction. Rob, it never works. It never works. But my deepest soul of souls tells me God is. That's right, Funny Money. I'm so glad you're here. I've never seen you come in the chat before, but welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Jackie, what's up, girl? It's a series. Yes, Bob. It's like things that happen. It's like the only way to explain it is that it's like there's no way to explain it. It's unexplainable. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. So, like, I truly believe that if people want to be, if you want to be successful and you want to stay sober, that you have to seek support and help. You have to find accountability. You cannot do it. Hey, LT, you cannot do it without that, you guys. We have to do it. It's just so important because the only reason I know this, you guys, is because of many failed attempts at staying sober. So many failed attempts. So many times I've tried, right? I've tried to get sober and I tried to stay sober, like I said before, by working a job, by paying my bills, by doing the right thing, right? But I didn't, that was it. I just kind of like went back to my old life minus the drugs. And so I automatically, it's like each time it got quicker and quicker that I relapsed. Like the first time it took me 9 months. The second time it took me 6 months. The third time it took me 3 months. And so for the longest time, I really, really tried to go against the grain and not seek that support and accountability. Do you know why? Because deep down inside, I didn't want to be accountable to anybody. I didn't want to have to answer for anything that I did. I wanted to do things my own way. Okay? I wanted to be my own boss. But look where being my own boss had got me. It had gotten me in prison with a drug addiction, And so a lot of the times when I think that when we don't realize, we don't ask ourselves that, we don't reflect and say, well, I got myself to this point and look where I'm at. I'm in prison. I lost my freedom. I'm addicted. Like, do I really think that I know what's best for myself if this is where I've gotten myself? Does it make sense? But we are so self-will. It's self-will run riot, just like it talks about in the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. It's us operating on our own will. Okay? As a human, okay, we have our will in our lives, right? Our thinking and our actions, okay? When you're in your addiction, you're running on your own thinking and your own actions. And look where it got you. Strung out. Okay. So when you get sober, you have to turn your thinking and your actions over to a power greater than you. Let's say you get somebody to guide you, like a mentor or a sponsor or an accountability partner or a coach. Okay. When you get that person to help you in your recovery, you're getting them and you're turning your actions and your thinking over to them so they can guide you and help you to think and make the right decisions and do the right actions, right? They're going to help you when you think, oh, I want to go to the liquor store. I'm going to walk down there. You tell your sponsor, your accountability partner, your mentor, your friends that are sober, and they say, well, I don't think it's a good idea that you go to the liquor store. But the only way that you can change that, you guys, is if you seek support and you get help and you are held accountable. If you're not telling on your disease, see, that's the thing. You cannot keep it a secret. You need to tell on your addiction. That's how you shine a light on it. That's how you get that. It's like, okay, you know how they say that all things that are done in the dark will come to the light? That's how it is with your addiction. Okay. You have to shine the flashlight on them crevices where that addiction's hiding out, because your addiction is going to tell you, well, it's not that bad to go hang out with everybody. I mean, they're just smoking and drinking. They're just smoking pot and drinking, right? But for a drug addict like me, smoking pot and drinking is a one-way ticket to jail, okay? It is absolutely going to take me down through there because I cannot do that shit. I do that shit and it makes me want to go get meth, or it makes me want to shoot some dope. And one of the main things that I see happening with people is that it takes it takes you have to take action. Okay. Hey, Laura, same. I used to do the same thing, girl, with those storage units and stuff. We used to do the same thing. My friend actually, listen to this story real fast. Speaking of storage units, one time my friend Chaz had moved all his stuff out of his house into a storage unit because he got evicted because he was high and they kicked him out, right? He wasn't paying his rent. So he was basically living out of the storage unit. And we were all hanging out there all night long, pilfering through everything in that storage unit. It was a tweaker heaven, you know, just junk, junk, VHS tapes, fucking, what are they called? I don't even know what it's called anymore. What you play a VHS tape in? A VCR, VCRs. So anyway, support. And if you're gonna find yourself trying to help addicts and alcoholics, you need to understand addiction. Okay. um I'm not saying that I'm like a professional or anything, you guys, but I have an understanding of the disease of addiction because I'm an addict. I'm a recovering addict. I know exactly what goes through an addict's mind. I know, man, the first minute I saw those storage unit wars things on APS, the thought came right into my mind about pilfering through those storage units. Okay. Um, those kind of thoughts still come into my mind. One time I was behind the Ulta store and their dumpster was unlocked. And I thought I could just go jump in that dumpster and find me some free makeup, right? Like that's some shit that I would do when I was back in my active addiction. I would go and jump in the dumpster and dumpster dive. Um, so when you want to help addicts and alcoholics, you need to make sure that you have people on board that can help you with them, because they need accountability, they need boundaries, they need a plan to follow, they need stability, they need a literal outline. Okay. Row. Oh, yes, it's trash. I cannot tell you guys how many times I have like rewired stuff trying to like make it work. Anyway, so that's why that video inspired this video to talk about why it's so important for us to have support and for us to have accountability, because it's just like, if you want to have a solid foundation and you want to stay sober, it's so important. And I want you guys to know, like, when I say that you have to have a program of recovery, I don't mean that you have to be in a 12-step fellowship. You can do other programs, but in my experience, the 12-step fellowship was the fellowship that has helped me so much. And now I found other fellowships that are very helpful, and I've joined those, And so there's Mara, there's Refuge Recovery, there's Smart Recovery, there's the 12-step recovery programs. I mean, there's outpatient therapies that you can go to where, they have addiction treatment there and relapse prevention classes. I mean, these are all things, but in order to find those things, you have to seek them and you have to find that help. Um, and part of finding that help is identifying that you have an issue and saying, yeah, I'm an addict, and let me look. This is what my doctor had me do. My doctor said, I want you to look at your past, all the times you've been to prison, or all the times you've been to treatment, the time you went to prison, having your son under the influence, getting him taken away. I want you to look at all your past experiences. What does your past show you? My past shows me that I don't know what I'm doing, that I need somebody to help me, that I can't stay sober on my own. Okay. And so I had to take action and seek help because I didn't know how to stay sober. I didn't know what to do, and so you first have to accept and admit that you have a problem before you can even move forward and get that kind of support. 10 acres. Damn, Bob. Hey, Sky. What's up, girl? It's okay. We're just hanging out. We're just chit chatting about recovery and support and how important it is. And so I'm a big advocate, you guys, for joining recovery programs. Like, I think it's so fucking important because here's the thing. Okay, if you're not into 12 steps, you have, this is my requirements for people that I keep close to me and I work with, okay? You need to be in therapy, all right? You need to have an addiction therapist, a counselor, someone that you can meet with once a month at least, and you can sit and talk with them, okay? Second, you need to be working a 12-step program, okay? You need to either be in AA, NACA, MARA, whatever, but you need to be working those steps with somebody, okay? That's what I have people do, okay? And yeah, therapy and recovery support, a recovery program. If you're not a 12-step person, you don't like the 12 steps, you're not willing to try it, right? Then there's other programs, like I was saying, MARA, Refuge Recovery, Smart Recovery. But here's the thing, you guys. I don't understand why anybody wouldn't be willing to try working the 12 steps. You do not have to believe in God. You don't have to, it's none of that. If people have a misconception that you have to be religious to work at the 12 steps, and you don't. It's your own conception of a higher power. And so, honestly, I think that you should try it. I think that if you want to change your life, and you're truly willing to do whatever it takes to stay sober, then you should try to work the 12 steps. Sometimes, and I love you guys, and I don't want anybody to take this as offensively or anything like that, okay? Because I care about y'all. That's the only reason why I say these things. When I hear people that have excuses and they tell me that they don't believe in the 12 steps or they don't believe in this, that, and the third, all I hear is excuses. I hear, I'm not willing to take suggestions. I'm not willing to ask someone else to guide me and help me in my recovery. That's what I hear. What? Well, Jenna, hold on. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it, Jenna. Drop it. Damn it. It's fine, Nate. It's fine, buddy. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Outside right now. Sorry, guys. My dog just stole my son's pizza. Outside. Bad girl. Bad girl. Get your little hyena outside. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. My little dog just ran all the way downstairs with a huge pizza in her mouth. Sorry, guys. So I just think it's so important to just try something, you guys. It doesn't have, if you don't want to do that, there's other programs that do like kind of step work and stuff like that. It makes me sad because I don't want anybody to think it's because you don't have to believe in God. You don't, it's like, I don't know. I just feel like, here's the thing. Okay. Whenever I finally got sober, I was willing to do whatever I had to do. Okay. Hey, Brittany, we missed you, girl. Where have you been? Ash has been asking about you. Ash Death has been asking about you. She's like, where is Brittany at? Um, yes, I have that book. Hi at last. I have that book. Look, you guys can do that. He did the 12 steps in there. Okay. I'm not trying to tell you guys that, I just think it's what it is. It's like, you have to try different things. Okay. And sometimes we've done so many things that they're not working anymore. We need something fresh and new. Um, I'm on. Oh, tell your mom I said, what's up, Ashley? um, Oh, you did? She got a new number, though. She got a new number. Text me on the Real Talk Recovery phone line, and I'll send it to you. Or you might already have her new number. Maybe she texted me this last night, Brittany. So she might have already talked to you. Okay, I might be behind, girl. Um, there's Ash. Ash, where have you been? Anyways. Y'all get. Sorry, y'all. The girls are here. They're talking to each other now. Okay, so. And please don't anybody get offended by me saying stuff like, sometimes to get to where you want to go, you have to do things that you haven't ever done before. Okay. So if you've always done the same thing, if you've always tried to get sober and you've always just done this certain way, and then you relapse or you struggle or you find yourself being miserable and you're sober, you're without drugs, but you're still miserable. Why not try something that you've never tried before? Okay. When people tell me that, it goes against what they believe in, I'm like, well, what do you believe in? Because this is not about God. It's not about religion. It's about saving your life. It's about you getting a connection to where you can actually heal and get sober and stay sober. So I just want to encourage anybody out there that is struggling to seek out these programs that you can find support in. And if you need help, I'll help you find somewhere. I'll help you find somewhere in your area. Um, And that's why, Mark? I think that you're feeling better because you're like giving things a try. You're listening. You're in here learning about the stuff. And so what happens is a lot of the times we give each other, okay? We give ourselves, we don't give it a try, right? Or we hear people that are sharing about it and they're sharing about it in the wrong way. They're saying these things that don't make sense and they're putting these stipulations on, and that's not what the program is about at all. And so that's why I want to keep on doing step studies, you guys, because um, I think it's important to keep sharing, these things on on the channel, because like I said, I'm not a guru, but I want you guys to know how much my life has changed because I opened my heart and my mind. Okay. And I started trying new things. Did not want to work the 12 steps. I tried everything in my power to do them halfway. I was pissed off because I felt like was not accepted in AA because of being on maintenance medication. Just so many things, you guys. And I just want you to know that's why as soon as the Mara book gets printed out, we're going to work the Mara steps together, and we're going to do it together. We're going to work through those steps together. We're going to do step studies on those steps. I mean, it's going to be the shit, and I'm so excited. But I always really want to encourage you guys to try things. That you try things. If you've tried something. Hell, yesterday that wasn't any help in it. Hey Ash, I gave her my phone number. She never called. Um, I know. it's uncomfortable trying stuff that you've never done, right? Especially whenever you have to trust somebody else. Okay. And part of working through a recovery program and working steps is that you have to actually trust another addict, and actually share things with them that you would never share with anybody, probably. And that's why when I got sober, you guys, I found me a little old lady with 31 years sober that I knew wasn't going to go out and talk to anybody else. And I asked her to be my sponsor. Do you know what I'm saying? And I was able to share all kinds of things with her, and that helped set me free. It helped me so much. And I really want you guys to just promise me that you guys will try one thing for your recovery this week, whether it be, you know, um, doing an AA or an NA meeting online, or whether it be ordering yourself a book all about recovery, or whether it is reaching out to people in this group and finding sober support. Remember what we talked about the other day? So the other night we had a meeting, you guys, and I kind of gave out some homework. I hope y'all don't mind. And I do the homework too, so don't even be tripping. I gave out some homework. This is driving me insane, you guys. My phone is driving me insane. I gave out some homework. I said, I want you guys to get 7 numbers of people that are in recovery that you can call, when you're struggling. And then I also said, let's write down 10 ways that our lives had become unmanageable due to the disease of addiction, right? And so I can sit here and I can share with you guys so many ways that my life had become unmanageable, okay? The reason why I like to kind of reflect and look back on my life and see, okay, this is where I went wrong, okay? This is where my addiction fucked me. Okay, this is where my addiction bent me over and rammed me in the butt. Okay, first of all, let's start at the beginning of my addiction. Okay, let's start when I was in high school and I was drinking until the cows came home. The first thing I remember losing when I was drinking when I was in high school was my self-respect. I would do keg stands topless after basketball games at keg parties. I would sleep with fine ass dudes because I was drunk as hell. Okay. I was like constantly trying to date a new football player. I lost respect for myself because of alcohol. Okay? Because of my alcoholism. The first time I ever drank, you guys, I was an alcoholic. I loved the way alcohol made me feel. I loved the way it made me not feel anything, and I did that, and I lost I lost respect. Okay, then when I started transitioning into harder drugs like cocaine and methamphetamine, I lost that connection with my mom and dad. I started lying to them. I started not coming home. I lost my relationships with my sisters because I'm the oldest. I'm the oldest of 3 girls. Okay. Um, One of my biggest regrets from my addiction is not being a sister, is not being good to my sisters, is not taking care of them, is not looking after them, was not helping them when they needed me, was not teaching them the right thing to do instead of the wrong thing to do. My baby sister, my baby sister was ashamed of me. She was embarrassed of me because I was so fucked up all the time, and all the people at school would say it. Your sister's a drug addict. Your sister's always fucked up. So I would go to see my sister to her apartment. Hi. And she would tell me to leave in front of all her friends. And that's because she was embarrassed of me. And I was supposed to be being her big sister. And I wasn't. I took money out of my sister's piggy bank. My baby sister, she had a piggy bank. You know, I was not a good sister at all, y'all. You know, and I think about that a lot. That's probably one of the biggest things that I regret, besides, being pregnant and doing drugs when I was pregnant, is not being my sisters, not being there for my sisters. And so, I share this stuff with you guys on my channel because I don't want you guys to have to go through this. And if you have, I want you to know that you're not alone. Okay? I want you guys to know that. If you've done shitty shit, so have I. You're not alone. We're all shitty, but we're turning our lives around now. And I just don't want you guys to think that, I want you guys to seek as much support and help as you can. And, while we're all here and we're quarantined and we're stuck in our houses, you know what we can be doing, you guys? We can be changing our life and working on our sobriety. Okay, we can be doing exercises and stuff that are, about how we can change and be better people. After you make your list to look and reflect on how your life had become unmanageable, another thing you can do is make a list of all the things that you have to be grateful for. Because I don't know about you guys, but so many times it helps hold you accountable. It does, Laura. It really does. You're absolutely right. In the next life, we will thank all our mistakes and suffering. Don't rebuke your suffering. Thank your suffering for growing your soul. Hey, I like that. That was good. Yeah, that's right. And it has made me who I am today. I wouldn't be able to sit here and share and talk with you guys if I hadn't gone through what I went through. But I really hope that by me sharing these things that you don't have to do that, So anyway, I'm so grateful that we can do these meetings, every night now, because when I was working, I couldn't do them every single night. I was just getting too tired. Yes, Brittany, it really does help. And you know what? We just got our income taxes, me and my husband. I'm going to share some gratitude with y'all, okay? Every year, my husband and I, we file our income taxes really, really fast so we can get them back early. So our income taxes just hit the bank, okay? And so just 5 years ago, you guys, we didn't have jobs. We didn't even have a bank account, okay? And now, although we don't have a lot of money, I was able to take enough money out to put into our savings account. So that way we could have savings in case of emergencies. And I could have never done that in my addiction. All right. I would have never saved my money during my addiction. And another thing is, I can trust my husband now. I don't worry and I don't obsess over thinking he's going to relapse and take all the money out of the bank account. You know what I'm saying? Because that's something that I used to worry about. I used to be worried that he was going to take all the money out of the bank account. I know, right, Rob? Isn't that a miracle? Miracle, you guys. I used to spend, let me share this with you guys. So, y'all know I shot up Roxy's, and Roxy's here in Arkansas are $30 a pill. Okay. I needed 3 Roxy's to feel good. Okay. That's $90. Okay. $90. And that's not even for the whole day. I could do that times 3. Okay. So, yes, Brittany, it's so huge. And I'm not triggered to go and, okay. So listen, this is what I struggle with. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. You know what I'm triggered to do? I'm triggered to spend my money on makeup. I don't know what it is, but I want to go spend my money on makeup. But I'm like, no, Nicole, you don't need to do that. So I'll go and buy Nate some, we got Nate some new shoes and like some new pants and stuff because he's growing like a weed, y'all. My son is getting so tall. I'm like, I'm only 5'2.5", 5'3", y'all. I'm short and round. Savings, it really is. And listen to me, you guys. I've never had savings in my life. Okay? Never. Never. Okay? Cassie, you're on Social Security disability? You know what? I don't know if you need to file or not. What you'll need to do, Cassie, is call up to like H&R Block and just ask, "Hey, I'm on Social Security disability. This is how much I make a year. Do I need to file?" And they'll let you know, okay? Me too, Brittany. One night I'll do a skincare video, okay? We'll do one together. Stay free. See you later. Um, Even when I wasn't making like a whole bunch, you guys, I always filed my income taxes. Now, let me tell y'all something else. So, from my addiction, guess what? I still have unpaid hospital bills. So, guess what the state of Arkansas is doing? I did, Cassie. I thought that was so awesome. And you know me, I was crying my eyes out. What was I going to tell you? Oh, yeah. I have unpaid hospital bills, you guys. So guess what? My state income tax, the hospital took it. So my addiction and the things that I did in my addiction are still catching up to me, even 5 years later. So it's collection. They got me. I know, Hannah. I know. And it's like I owe like $1,200 and my state was only $400, but still, they straight took it all. Oh, tell them I said congratulations, stay free. You guys, okay, we need to get, first of all, I want to collaborate with Frank from ATG Against the Grain. Yeah, ATG Vlogs. And I want to get freaking Joe from APS to work with us. So we all need to be DMing these people and tell them they need to come over to Real Talk Recovery. Of course, y'all know I've reached out to them a million times, but it's like, I guess they just don't see my messages or something. Brittany, hey Esther, what's up? That's not embarrassing, girl. You need to file though, so that way it doesn't catch up with you in the long run, sis. Okay. Um, Once you get everything straightened out, Brittany, that's the first thing that you need to do is get all that stuff taken care of, so that way you'll be on the up and up. Because you know what, girl? You deserve to get your taxes every year. You're not making enough to have to pay in, so you would get something back, girl. You're cheating yourself. H&R Block. Yes, call H&R Block. Ash, I just made a video about that, girl. Did you not see it? They will hunt you down. That is right, Sam. They will. Yes, Brittany, you're not an idiot, okay? You just need to do that because they owe you money, girl. I'm sure of it. 877 cash now. Y'all, oh Lord. Okay, I love you guys. I just wanted to, we've been on here for a little, yeah. Okay, so does anybody need anything? Is anybody struggling with anything? How's everybody doing? Is everybody okay? Y'all know how to get a hold of me. You can text me or call me on the Real Talk Recovery line. If anybody is struggling with anything, just reach out for help. If any of you guys want to join Patreon, it's $2 a month. We actually had a meeting today and it was a lot of fun. So we were almost on there for 2 hours too. Um, we were just talking today, but y'all know the deal. Y'all can, if you want to support me that way, you can. If you don't, it's all good. Just keep subscribing and watching the videos and hanging out with us. All right. Let me think. Oh, anytime, you guys. Anytime. Anytime. I'm going to actually go into the Facebook group right now after I hang up with you guys and just kind of like check and say hi to everybody and see what's going on. But I looked into it, y'all, but now it's like 2 years since I had a real job. Well, listen to me, Brittany. If I was you, you know what I would do? I would go here. Let me give it. I'll put the link in the chat. I would go up to like H&R Block, and I would give them your social security number and all that, and file, girl, because I bet you money you'd get some money back. That way, you'll be all caught up. You know how I there you go. There's the link, Brittany. I just put it up. It's only $2, girl. $2 to make you holla. But that $2 it supports me, you guys. So if you can do that, that's cool. If you can't, I totally understand. Um, I got emotional during this video. You know what I wish I could do, you guys? I wish that I could work and own a business that I guess I could do this. You know what I wish I could do, y'all? I wish that I could start something like the After Prison Show. Only I truly believe that it would be so much hard work because first of all, I would need like a nonprofit or some kind of business number, right? Then I would need to have like I was saying, I would need to have addicts and alcoholics that had at least 5 years of sobriety on board to help me work with each man and woman that was coming out of jail or prison and that was getting sober. It would take so much manpower to run a successful program like that could actually help addicts and alcoholics turn their lives around. You know what I mean? That's yeah, and it would be my life's work if I could get like a building or a house, a bigger house where it could almost be like um let's say like a dorm room where you guys could sleep there where the addicts and alcoholics could it's like a halfway house, but I would want it to have like a classroom setting in one room where you guys could live there. We could do your recovery support group meetings there. And then you would meet with me or another one of the counselors once a week to see how you were doing on your job, finding a good job, doing your therapy, going to meetings. You know what I'm saying? Like it would be such a it would take my life. I would be there all day long. I would never leave. Do you understand what I'm saying? I would be there all night long. Um, it would be a lot of work. You know what, Sam? I'm going to be straight up with you, girl. I think that I don't have anything against Jimmy, but I feel like a lot of those people over there, they think because we're on maintenance medication that we shouldn't even be doing anything like that. But you know, I might be wrong. I will ask him. I'll call and leave a message. You know how many messages I've left on his phone, up there at the Arkansas whatever it's called, like 7, and that dude has never called me back. I'm like, and I don't think he knows who I am, so it's kind of weird, you know. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? It would be like it would be an all day. I would be there all day. When I used to live at this halfway house that I paroled out to, we had a counselor there, and her name was Miss Kim. She had a gold tooth right here with a K on it. She was a recovered crack smoker. She was the coolest counselor I've ever had. But she was there from the time they opened to the time we all went to sleep at like 10 p.m. because she cared so much about helping all of us. She would cry with me when I relapsed. She really believed in me. She really believed in me. Damn, she was probably one of the first counselors that ever really made me feel like maybe I could get sober, you know? She gave me hope. So, anyways, I love you guys. I'll let y'all go. I hope you guys have a really, really good night. Our take back and stuff. What's our take back? Let me write that down. Is it on Facebook, girl? I'll have to look back. I'll have to look at it because I've never, I don't really get involved with anything that goes on in Arkansas. So I'll look at it. She was very dedicated. Very, very dedicated. Ash, I love you. I got to go, though, you guys, because Nate's upstairs and I'm going to go chill with my little boo thing, okay? I love you guys. I hope y'all have a great, great, great day. And I'll see y'all tomorrow night, okay? All right. Be good, you guys. Be good, be good, be good. ARtakeback.com. Gotcha.